Miami took Oklahoma City to school Thursday. Showed them their science project. It was heat muting thunder. Here to make noise about it, Adnan Virk and Kurt Rambis.
Not sure if he's more of a heartbreaker, Neil, or has had his heart broken 120 times to count. Either way, we're happy to have Kurt Rambis in the house.
That's how you introduce me? That's how you introduce me?
Happy Valentine's Day, my friend.
Happy Valentine's Day, Adnan.
No love lost between the Thunder and the Heat. The rematch of the NBA Finals. LeBron been on an incredible run. First player in NBA history. 6 consecutive games, 30 or more points, and 60-plus field goal percentage. Durant looked loose, but LeBron was on early, Kurt.
When LeBron's making his outside shot, because he can handle the ball and put it on the floor, he's virtually impossible to guard. And you see there's a couple of different Thunder defenders trying to figure out how to stop him, and LeBron shakes his head. There's no way. You guys can't stop me.
You're right about that. They tried Kevin Durant first. Why doesn't Durant work on LeBron?
Durant's foot speed isn't quick enough to stay up with LeBron. He does have great length, and Cephalosha probably is the best matchup against LeBron, but he's really not big enough or strong enough to guard LeBron, especially when LeBron gets in the post. Then you got Kendrick Perkins, their center for the Thunder, and he definitely isn't quick enough to stay up with LeBron. LeBron just teases him before he drills that three-pointer right in his face. And then you end up with LeBron, and nobody decides to guard him. That's probably the least worst option that the Thunder would try and use, but LeBron makes it when nobody's guarding him as well.
First half for James, 23 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists. All right, Durant struggled early, driving, going down. He slams the floor here in frustration, gets the technical. His 11th tech of the season. He's actually tied with DeMarcus Cousins for the league lead. And a scary moment here. Off a Nick Collison miss, Durant soaring for the rebound, and he crashes down hard.
This is a brutal fall. Durant could have hurt his head. He could have hurt his shoulder. It looked to me like his hip bone absorbed most of that blow right there, and that's going to be very sore tomorrow.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like. Durant would remain in the game. You ever had an injury like that?
Yes, I have. And when you hit that hip bone, there's no protection on it, and it is brutal. It hurts a lot.
Well, he would struggle shooting, missing the layup in transition, perhaps understandably once you see how he got hurt. Wade forcing Durant into a travel in the backcourt. How rare is that?
It's very rare, but Durant lost sight of Wade, who snuck up behind him on the right side, but it is very rare. Why is Durant bringing the ball up the court in the first place?
Another good question. Durant finally knocks down a jumper. First field goal of the game came at 4:22 left in the half. He was 2 of 10 shooting in the first half. Fourth quarter, though, Thunder trying to fight back. Durant actually finished with 40 points, so he did pick it up.
He did do a great job. He decided, I'm going to be much more aggressive and put my head down and go to the basket. But when LeBron James is shooting the ball like that, the Heat are just way too difficult to beat. And they even tried Westbrook, the Thunder did, on trying to guard LeBron. But you can't front LeBron. He's just going to spin out and go to the basket, and his teammates know to just throw it anywhere, and he'll go get it. 7th
straight 30-point game for James. That kept him at 60% shooting. Could he keep the streak alive? 2.5 minutes to go. He misses the fadeaway in the paint, so he's at 57.1%. Guys like you were never aware of numbers like this, were you?
I couldn't even count that high, so I couldn't be worried about numbers like that.
LeBron at 59% field goal percentage. 1 minute and a half to play. Ray Allen the lob in, so he's at 60.8%. Hey, the record's going to keep on living, but with 1 minute to go, LeBron doesn't need to shoot, but he does anyways. Coach misses the deep three, and so much for the streak.
Well, he's not worried about the streak. He was looking at the shot clock, that it was down to 4 seconds. He knew he had to shoot the basketball, so he did. He's not worried about records or streaks. He just wants championships.
39 points, matching a season high, 58.3% from the field, ending his streak at 6 games of 30-plus or 60-plus percentage field goal shooting. James' 7th consecutive game with 30 or more. That's tied for the second longest regular season streak of his career. Heat have won 7 in a row overall. LeBron was asked, did he know the streak was on the line?
No, I'm not upset. All I care about is the win. Individual accolades take care of itself, and winning is hard to come by in professional sports, and that's what it's all about for me.
What can he get better at? I guess he could shoot 80% from the field. I guess he can get better than 60 and 70, so that's the only thing. I mean, he does everything on the floor, so, obviously, as you said, everything for him is coming together.
All right, let's take a next level courtesy of Samsung. So LeBron James's streak ends as he goes 14 to 24. He struggled from 5 to 19 feet. He was just 1 of 6 in that area. However, did have his best game of the season from 20 plus. 8 of 12, including 4 of 8 from downtown. As to the Thunder, numbers did not look good. They came out flat from the start. Russell Westbrook, 26 points in defeat.
A little surprised. I mean, I knew we would come out and be ready to play. But they made some tough shots, but we'll be ready next week.
Is it especially frustrating to lose to these guys 6 times in a row?
I mean, it's frustration, definitely. Definitely losing. We got to move on to the next and be ready to play.
All right, so the Miami Heat have now won 6 straight games versus the Thunder, including the playoffs. From the opening tip, Kurt, wasn't even close. Why wasn't this a closer game?
Well, you got to think of the Miami Heat and how they play defense. They're so aggressive. They are attacking up their opponents, take them out of everything that they want to run, and they turn turnovers into transition points. But also, they don't match up well against the Miami Heat. You saw that the Thunder used several players trying to guard LeBron, trying to figure out how to stop him. But realistically, none of those guys match up well with LeBron. And then you start looking at how well the Miami Heat move the ball, spread out the offense, and their three-point shooters knocked down 11 of 29 three-point shots tonight. And when the offense is spread out, it opens the floor and it makes it easier for everybody else to attack the basket. But there's just nobody on the Thunder team that matches the size, the speed, the quickness, and can deal with the ball handling capabilities and outside shooting of LeBron. And he really didn't even post up this game. And that would be his huge strength against this team because nobody would be able to guard him down low.
And you got that sense when he was talking to Craig Sager. He wants to keep playing right now. They do not want this all-star break.
Oh, absolutely not. You always want it to come when you're playing poorly, but when you're playing great, you never want that all-star break to come.
Good thing is we never want Kurt Rambis to wrap up, so you're going to sit tight and we'll hear more from you later on.
I'll suffer through it, Adnan.
LeBron James, the Miami Heat, taking on Kevin Durant and the Thunder. LeBron seeking a 7-game win streak, his team was. Leading into the all-star break, first quarter, little jab step. That will create space between himself and Serge Ibaka. Ibaka, one of many defenders on this night, trying to take a crack at LeBron. He got 23 points in the first half. This time, LeBron using 3 different fakes. Creating space against Thabo Cephalosha, another long deuce. Fourth quarter, with Miami up by 12, LeBron against Kevin Durant. They even had Russell Westbrook guarding him. None of these guys could do it. LeBron, 39 points, 12 rebounds, 7 assists. Heat win again. Josina Anderson wrapping it up.
Before the Heat-Thunder game, LeBron James told me that he didn't really care about extending the streak of scoring at least 30 points and shooting at least 60% from the field. But I happened to catch him in a very raw moment just as he was entering into the visitors' locker room after the game, where he jokingly said out loud in front of his teammates, "Bleep, why did anybody tell me I was at 61% from the field before I missed that long 3 near the end of the game?" That drew laughter from his teammates, but he returned to a businesslike reaction when asked about it in the locker room.
I didn't deal with it during. I mean, it didn't bother me during the game or not. You know, if I was shooting 60% or not, I just, you know, go out and play my game, and that was the result of it. So it didn't bother me, and you know, it didn't matter if I got it tonight or not. But you know, to make some plays for my teammates and figure out ways to be productive is the, you know, it's the thing for me, and then the win is what it's all about.
It's like, oh man, 60% and 30 a game. It's like, oh, he didn't do it today, and it's like, he only shot 59.5%. You know, it's something to talk about, but I mean, that's his reality, and you know, the better he gets, that's just how it's going to be.
I also asked Chris Bosh, is there anything that LeBron James can do to amaze you at this point? And he said, nope. At this point, I just say, cool, good job. In Oklahoma City, I'm Josina Anderson, ESPN.
All right, Josina, the Miami Heat stretched their hold on the best record in the Eastern Conference to 4 games over the New York Knickerbockers, who are off on Thursday. Taking a look at the top 8, Pacers in the 3 spot. The Bucks right now holding number 8.
Mark at 8, dude. Mario Chalmers, LeBron James. Stop looking at my lemonade. They got a connection.